What's going on? Shane Serrano here, coming to you from Boardshop in Aspen, Colorado. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the 2021 Ride Superpig. Let's check it out. So the Superpig is part of Ride's pig family, which includes the Mountain Pig, the Twin Pig, the Warpig, and the Superpig. And this is pretty similar to the Warpig, but it's just the souped up, beefcake, really aggressive version of that board. If you're interested in that board, go and hit the video right here, and I have a whole review on that and the rundown of everything you know about the regular Warpig. If you're interested in getting the Ride Superpig, there's a link below in the description that you can click on, and it will send you right to our shop's website where you can buy it from us and help support local snowboarding. As far as the overall shape and design of the Superpig, this is exactly the same board as the Warpig, but there are some extra components that make this board a lot more aggressive, which we'll get into a little bit later. One of the main similarities of this board compared to the Warpig is the whole unique design and ride of this board. So this is a reduction board, and that means you're supposed to ride it shorter than your regular size snowboard. Because of that, Ride categorized these sizes as extra small, small, medium, large, and extra large. The extra small being a 142, the small a 148, medium 151, large 154, and extra large 158. Because this is a reduction board, Ride suggests downsizing this board 6 to 10 centimeters compared to your normal setup. And Ride provides you with a range of weights that are good to go with each size, so it makes it a little easier to see which board you should be in. For the extra small, it is 60 to 130 pounds. For the small, 100 to 175 pounds. For the medium, 130 to 190 pounds. For the large, 140 to 200 pounds. For the extra large, 170 to 220 pounds and up. And with those ranges, you can kind of see that there's some overlap. That allows the buyer of this board to kind of pick and choose how they want the snowboard to ride. So if you want an even more aggressive, fast, hard charging board, go a little bigger. If you want it to be a little more mellow than that, but still aggressive, you go a little shorter. So you kind of have that option to play with. If getting a board that's 10 centimeters shorter than your normal board really trips you out, just go a little less, maybe downsize 3 or 6 centimeters. And that's what that weight range kind of overlap gives you the option to choose from. And you can ride this board a lot smaller because it's a lot wider than any other board. That kind of takes up the volume of the board in the width, where they shrunk it down in the length of it. And it might trip a lot of people up riding a shorter board, but honestly it doesn't feel any different than riding your normal size board. The only time you know you're on a shorter board is when you look down and see that there's a little bit less board in the length. But it rides just as stable and just as strong as the normal board that you're used to, which is super cool that Ride was able to design this board like that. One of the main things that makes the Superpig a lot more aggressive than the Warpig is the camber profile on this board. And now Ride calls this a hybrid camber profile, and I have some issues with that because this is a regular cambered snowboard. So from the front foot to the back foot, there's regular camber, and then there's rocker in the nose and rocker in the tail as well, and that's why Ride calls it hybrid. Generally, I think of a hybrid camber board as a board that has rocker in the middle and then camber underfoot. This is not that kind of profile. This is regular camber all the way between the feet, little rocker outside the tail, and then a longer rocker in the nose. And with this being a regular camber snowboard, it's going to be a lot more aggressive than the Warpig. It's going to have a lot more snap, a lot more pop and power, and it's going to carve and hold an edge better. It's also going to hold up and be more stable when you're hauling ass and going fast. And although this is the regular camber version of the Warpig, it still has that same directionality. So this is directional camber that also has taper in it. It has 10 millimeters wider of a nose than the tail, which tapers down into that narrow tear. That really helps you to float better in powder, and it also helps you in and out of your carves. It makes turning and carving feel a lot more fun than on a non-tapered board. Because of the aggressive camber in this board, this is a much more aggressive of a ride than the Warpig. So this is more of a board for that advanced rider, somebody that wants that harder charging, faster board. This isn't a board to like be mellow and cruisy on. This board wants to go fast. So definitely not a beginner board. This could be a board for one of those higher intermediate snowboarders, but this is kind of directed towards that more advanced snowboarder to give them more board and more aggression. Another difference you'll get on the Superpig as opposed to the Warpig is carbon array 5. So on the Warpig, there's 3 stringers that run from the contact points across the binding. And on the Superpig, it's carbon array 5, so there's 5 carbon stringers that run from each contact point down across the bindings, so kind of X's across. And what that does is it allows a lot of easy, quick transfer of energy from right under your foot to the edge. So when you're transferring to your toe edge or your heel edge, that takes the energy from below your binding and transfers it right to the contact point. So it's that quick, responsive snap and turning and carving. With that, you also get double impact plates from Ride. And so that is a double laminate layer underneath each binding pad set. And that just strengthens the board because most boards break right where the binding meets the board. So they just want to strengthen that up in one of the board's most weakest parts. Taking a look at the sidewalls of this board, you're going to get 2 of Ride's patented technologies. So from the back foot forward up to the nose, you have slime walls on the sidewall. And that's kind of a rubberized material that takes a lot of energy out of chatter if you're going through it. So it dampens that ride. You don't feel it as much in your feet, which is a really nice thing that Ride does. And then on the back foot, which you can see kind of changes on the sidewall, you have Ride's carbon slime walls. So it's that same kind of technology with slime walls, but there is an inlay layer of carbon in there. So it just gives you a lot more energy and response. And that's just loaded up on the back foot, so you can really snap those ollies or pop. It kind of gives you that extra response where you want it in this board. Just like on the Warpig, the Superpig is constructed with a bi-radial side cut. And what that means is there's 2 different side cut radiuses blended into each side. So that really helps with your entrance and exit out of carves, and it also just helps you hold an edge really well when you are carving. Looking at the base of the Superpig, you're going to have a fast black sintered base. So sintered means that there's pores throughout this base material, and they really like to hold and absorb wax. So this is going to keep this board going fast all the time. You also get a stone ground finish base right out of the package that is going to make this board even extra fast. And with that, this board is fully tuned out of the wrapper, so you are good to go as soon as you open this board. So there you go. That is the 2021 Ride Superpig. This is the aggressive Super Daddy compared to the Warpig. It's regular camber. It wants to go fast. This is a great all-mountain board. It's going to crush in the powder because it has that long rocker nose. And you could have this as your daily driver. Kind of go everywhere, do everything. Because of the aggression of this board and the stiff flex, this is absolutely not a beginner's board. This is definitely for that more advanced snowboarder. So that higher end of an intermediate, if you're looking to push yourself and get into a bigger, harder charging board, or that advanced snowboarder that knows they want a powerful board. Thanks for watching this whole video. If you aren't already subscribed, go and hit that subscribe button. Throw the thumbs up if you learned something new about some product. I'm going to be dropping a whole bunch of content through the winter that includes more reviews and then a lot more fun adventures with friends and everything we do here in Aspen. If you have any questions or comments about this board or any other products you want to see, leave them in the comments below as well. I answer all my questions and comments that you guys leave me. It's really cool to see the interaction there. We'll see you in the next video. Peace!